keeping it organic.
What's going on, everybody? This is Spooks McGee with the Late Bloomer Podcast. This is episode 1 or 11, season 2. We're gonna get started on season 2, man. It's finally here. I somehow managed to fart out 15 hours of content, and I'm gonna keep on shitting out content for y'all motherfuckers. And yeah, that's just what we do.
Ew.
I'm just gonna shit out a bunch of content and then wipe it clean and flush it into the atmosphere, and then I should probably start with this metaphor.
What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah.
Talking shit.
Talking
Literally
shit.
talking shit.
Literally talking out the side of your ass.
Well, anyway, we actually have a couple of sponsors today. Our first sponsor is Typical Div. Hey, what's going on? Dimitri. Typical Div has his own coffee. He's a dope MC, but he has his own roast. He roasts his own coffee. Can y'all believe that shit? A rapper that roasts coffee has his own brand, and he just got the K-Cups, so it's popping like, oh my gosh. So Alex, why don't you tell people about the Typical Div home roasted coffee from El Salvador, and please lean into
the home roasted coffee from El Salvador reads here: the black honey, so called because it leaves as much fruit on the seed as possible after pulping, turning dark in the sun as it dries, is delectably sweet like maple syrup on pancakes, with deep fruit tones of raisin,
I tasted
black
it,
grapes,
very fruity.
cherries, accompanied by lighter stone fruits like nectarine and plum.
Yep.
Some light chamomile quality to the fragrance on the lighter roasts, and a smooth blended almond butter quality to the texture. No.
That shit sound good. And you know what? I actually drank that shit. And let me tell you, that is the perfect description of the coffee.
You drinking it right now?
Ooh. Right now, I mean, I would be lying if I said I was drinking it right now. I'm all out. You know what I'm saying? But Div, you know, he got me. He gonna hook me up with another bag. I know he just roasted it. And you know what he's working on? The champagne. I think it's champagne coffee, champagne or wine, but it's like a infused.
I would rather have wine.
I don't know if it's wine or champagne.
Wine?
Yeah, I don't know if it's wine or champagne, but I know that it's like an alcoholic drink beverage that's blended with the beans. Ugh.
It's right up my alley.
Ooh.
Always putting shots in my coffee.
Yes.
Not
yes.
an espresso.
Alcohol and beans.
Sorry about that.
No, you good. But yeah, just wanted to shout out Typical Div. I also have another sponsor that's definitely an in-house sponsor, but it's paid in America. I'm rocking the shirt, you know what I'm saying? I got the bootleg mug, you know what I'm saying? The homie over here, Jerry, got the real mug. We out here, you know what I'm saying? And, man, let me tell you something. Paid in America has been putting in work. And for those who don't know, Paid in America is a team. One person is a rapper. His name is Coop. And the other person is the producer. His name is Last Name Good. And they're on their, I believe, 3rd project. They had Paid in America, the original project. Then they had the other project that came out that was, what was it, with the dollar?
The No Free Lunch thing?
No Free Lunch. And then the next one was the little, like, Vices EP, right? And this next one, Payola, I've heard it. Trust me. Oh, my gosh. It's amazing. So it's going to drop on September 11th. Payola, Get Payola, and basically it looks like a Cash App, $ Get Payola. Check them out, paidinamerica.com. This album is phenomenal. You can pre-order it. Man, I'm telling you, like, this is some next level shit. Like, I'm not even gassing. Like, this is some fire. And Div is on there too. He's gonna spit some shit on one of the interludes. I'm not gonna give anything away, but it's great. It's probably. I don't like to say something is the artist's best work, but it's pretty damn good. So, anyway, we got that out the way. I love y'all, but we trying to talk about some shit. So, there's a reason why we all are masked the fuck up. Mask on, mask off.
Now, mask on, please.
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 Let me tell you something. I was a bad boy. A very bad boy. And I probably was not wearing my mask the way I should have been wearing it. Sorry. But it took one incident at work where somebody sent a long-ass paragraph to my supervisor about some shit. Because here's the thing. I'm weird, right? That's one thing. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. Okay, yeah. That's one thing. But to be a weirdo and not have a mask, oh, they gonna be talking that shit. So she sent a paragraph, bro. It was like, how the fuck he gonna do this? Blah, 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 blah. She was going off and didn't even wear a mask. And blah, blah, blah. And so it wasn't just that, but it was also this like that was kind of like a turning point for me. I was kind of like nonchalant with it in a work environment, just to show you like how much I was really just not being up to par.
Complete strangers.
I'm sorry, guys. I just really was just like, this is some. I don't have a problem with authority. I really don't. But sometimes it's just really hard for me to like follow the rules. That's why, a lot of things just don't go my way because it's really easy to just do what everyone says, and so it's hard. It's hard.
I don't know what the point you're trying to say with it.
It's really easy to do,
and then you just don't want to do it because I just don't want to be told what to do.
Plus, it just gets hot as fuck when you at work.
See, I'm not wearing
I have glasses. It fogs up in my glasses. I can't see
I'm
shit.
watching them fog up.
Right.
Yeah, actually.
But
You should have worn my mask that I tried to give you. Because
Yeah, with
look
the
at my
wire.
glasses.
Yeah.
I get
Crystal
it.
clear.
I just like the way that it matches with my shit. It's
Yeah,
like, I'm fly.
but then you don't want to wear it
No,
because you can't see,
no, I can't.
and you need to see because you're blind. As am I.
But it's very easy to just say, sir, and then do the thing, And I'm
Yeah, except the thing is literally a virus and you don't want to get it.
yes, but it's not just the virus thing. It's a psychological thing, and I understand the people who are like that. Like, you can't tell me what to do. I fought all my life. I had to fight to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
I could understand that if those people weren't literally just denying fucking science. Like,
I see the mask as a courtesy. I see it as compassion towards others who could get sick because I could very well, even though I've heard that even if you're a carrier and you're not showing symptoms, it's very difficult for you to spread it. But I think the difficulty comes from you not coughing and not sneezing because you have no symptoms. It doesn't mean that when you're talking, you spit a lot as you talk.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that can still harm somebody. So I think it's more like compassion for others who can easily get sick.
Yeah.
Right.
And in other cultures, they have no problem doing it. You go to Asian countries, they just do that regularly.
Yeah.
When they're sick and they're just sick, they go out in public wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be that big of an issue, but Americans are assholes by
Yes.
nature.
Yes.
Or
And
no,
we're
that's by
privileged,
nurture.
And we're
It's different by nurture.
we're entitled and we're privileged, and I accept all of it. I know what I am. You know what I'm saying?
An asshole?
Yes, a little bit. But the reason why I am able to do the things that I'm able to do is because that little ass, that little taste the asshole, that little.
Stop.
It just
Don't say that.
that little, it just
Stop
makes
it.
you, it just makes you, it really does help to be able to like get shit done.
What I don't like is that nobody can see each other's facial expressions because I'm giving you the
Man.
meanest look right now. I'm giving you the most awkward, nasty.
Remember the
weird-
session that we had?
Which one?
The one where we recorded the song?
Y'all had a mask on?
No. What are you doing?
No. We were trying to like write the rap.
Uh-huh.
You're really making
So the look I gave you then, is that what you're talking about?
No,
That's
no.
what I'm giving you now.
I'm saying that
Hiding my
asshole
expression?
thing.
No, you were just annoying. That was a little different. It was okay. We're not going to get into that. Creative differences on how to steer someone, how to guide someone versus taking completely over.
I feel you.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all?
Gang,
We got Squad in the building. We got
Hey.
Callie,
Hey.
Hair by Callie.
How
Go
you
check her out.
doing?
Yeah, we got
What a
GA.
K.
Yeah.
And we got Alex Space Liberace in the building. We got Colin Kaepernick in the building. What's popping?
You
See?
have to smize. See, he did a great job smizing. you have to.
I'm gonna do my smile too.
I can't give any facial expression beyond my eyebrows. I'm not,
Wait, let me do mine.
not even in the frame.
Oh,
I know,
damn.
I'm not.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay.
here we go.
Ooh.
Can you see it?
Ooh.
Can you see it?
Okay, so yes, we're very close together, so we're not socially distancing, but
Bunch of
we are
assholes.
doing the necessary thing, which I'm about to take this mask off. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
because he wants to
wait till
drink
I
his
finish
coffee.
my drink at least.
I know. Look at how I'm doing mine. Look at this. Look at. Watch. Look. So there's like, I'm not really touching the mask for real, only with one finger that I'm paying attention to.
Okay.
Like this thumb doesn't touch anything, and then, boop, drink my alcohol.
See, I don't like to do that. I don't like playing fucking, find the hole.
You don't like it?
Find the hole.
I love
my
playing
favorite
that game.
game.
That's my favorite game. What are you talking
You
about?
shouldn't have to find it.
It's so
Oh.
easy, but it was so easy. It took me no time. I knew exactly
Slip
where
and
it was.
Slide Records taking over.
I knew exactly where it was.
Slip and Slide Records. All right, so
We are talking about.
you guys can take the mask off now. I was just doing a bit. We're all
I'm gonna
COVID
keep it
free.
safe.
It's not a.
You don't know.
mask.
You don't know.
It's not a.
You don't know. You don't
No,
know.
I mean like right now at this particular point, we need our voices to be crisp and clear for the recording.
You can do that.
Crisp and clear. No, you don't know. You don't know. Oh, I haven't seen you in 3 days. You don't know. I don't know where you been. You don't know where I've been. You don't know where I've
I
been.
don't know.
Right, I'm not gonna say that no one is nothing, but I am gonna say that we're not gonna be spitting projectiles in each other's face.
But yes, we will.
We're sitting a little close to each other.
That'll definitely happen. Is all I'm saying is that will definitely happen.
Closer than I'm comfortable with not wearing the mask while you're not wearing it.
So now you're gonna be wearing the mask the whole time.
I was okay with not wearing it while I was the only one not wearing it. Because I was sipping on the drink.
All right, so can y'all take it off then? So
So what we doing?
Peer
y'all can stop being
pressure.
weird. All right.
No.
So we're doing a So what happened this week that you guys want to talk about? Because I'm concerned about some shit that just went down.
Okay.
And where was it? Michigan? Was it Michigan? Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
No, was it Wisconsin?
What are you
Jacob, what's his name?
I believe that may have been in Wisconsin. I could find out.
Yeah, let's Google that. But another
Oh, Jacob Blake.
Jacob Blake, another
So I
black
don't know
man.
exactly what happened about that, but it looks like something happened where they thought he was gonna die and he lived. That's all I know.
He
black guy
was doing something where a police officer was telling him to stand, and he was not listening, and he was walking towards his car.
It doesn't matter what he did.
I'm just telling you what
Doesn't
happened.
even matter what
The cop, pulled him, and then he ran away, and he was walking. He had his back turned to the officer, and the officer shot him 7 times in the back.
Woo!
And it was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Now here's
And
the
he
thing.
survived. He's in critical condition
he's
right
still
now.
alive.
He's still alive. Let's
still
hope that he
alive.
makes it through. But right
Well,
now, yeah, that's
Here's
what's
the thing.
happening.
Whether or not he lives, he's definitely never gonna fucking walk again. Like that.
I don't
He's
know,
never gonna
bro.
walk
Like,
again.
is he paralyzed?
He was shot multiple times in the spine, which is when you're paralyzed like that, it's next to impossible that you're just gonna learn to walk again.
Do you think that having a stupid check from the because he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid. Does it matter now that like he's gonna be having all this money, but he's gonna be incapacitated?
Right. He's in
There's a lot of
unique
things you can
position.
do with.
He's in a very unique position of
Yeah.
somebody who's been shot by a cop and didn't die from it,
Yeah.
and is able to defend himself after the fact. When
Okay.
normally people would be saying that
Yeah, you gotta lean into
normally
Yeah.
people would be saying at this point they'd go into the character assassination. Oh, he did this. This was his crimes in the
Oh
past.
man, it started immediately.
Right.
They don't
But
even wait
Here's the
anymore.
thing. He's still alive.
Yeah.
This is
He
a
can
very
defend
unique
his
position
character.
where He
Yeah.
can actually defend himself.
And the worst part is that it was on his son's birthday.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
Ooh.
His like kids were there.
That
And they all
hurts,
saw
man.
it. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, you think that they would be a little bit more gentle when they see a damn kid standing?
No, they shoot
Oh
kids.
no, they don't care about our kids. Are you kidding me?
No, they shoot kids.
No,
That's
they,
what
they don't
do.
care about our kids. No, no.
And this is why I was already having a bad time because I was feeling sad because this whole like divorce proceeding thing is going down and it's getting a little bit closer to the wire and it's becoming more and more real. And then on top of that, I wake up in the morning and roll over, and then after all that protest, all that noise we was making, niggas still getting shot. And it made me really feel like nobody cares about black men.
Well, here's the thing. All that noise we made were for, you can see it as one person or for 3 people, because it was mainly for either 1 or 3 people: George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud.
But there was a lot more.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
There's always
saying
been a-
of those
that's
3
the thing.
people that the most noise was made for, nobody's been convicted. And of some of them, nobody's even been arrested. For Breonna, nobody's even been arrested.
Right.
So,
there's been no real
Yeah.
progress.
That Ahmad shit really fucked me up. 'Cause
Yes,
they
it did.
hunted that dude down like it was like,
Yeah, and they recorded it.
yeehaw, let's go do this, man.
And
We
they
got-
filmed it. They filmed
Like
it.
a
They
good
had a guy.
old-fashioned lynching.
They had a guy filming
So
it.
listen to me here, because I love my conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories.
No, listen.
This is a fun podcast.
Ahmad was killed before the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Then news of what happened to him started to circulate 3 months after the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Around the same time as George being shot. I mean, not shot, but George being choked
It
to
was a
death.
few weeks before that.
Yeah, around the same time, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, I think that they tried to. I think that who was they? I know that's the conspiracy. Who was they? But I think that they tried to start an uproar with Ahmad, and it didn't work quite right. So then they did George.
When you talk about the internet and things that are potentially going to start shit with whoever it may be, there's one very dangerous culprit that's not very conspiracy-like. Here's the thing: the Russians have been at. They didn't stop in 2016. They didn't stop after the election. They've been doing it this whole time. This whole internet research agency shit, where they have
Changing up.
well, they have people in the fucking in Moscow whose fucking jobs is to sit there on Facebook pretending to be Trump supporters and shit. But the thing is, that's not all they're doing. They do a lot of shit that is meant to fucking rile up people on the left too. In the 2016 campaign, they didn't just act in Donald Trump's favor. They did shit to support Bernie Sanders too, which doesn't make sense. Except what it shouldn't have made sense, because the whole point was they were trying to be sporadic, they were trying to be unpredictable, and they fucking got what they wanted. They got Donald Trump elected because through the internet they created this whole fucking perception that like Hillary Clinton invented AIDS and shit, and Donald Trump is fucking Jesus. And
Wait, did you say Hillary? Bro, you gotta talk into the microphone.
Yeah, you need to
I
come
feel
up
like
here.
I'm talking loud enough.
Bro, you're not. You gotta. I want the warm sound. You're picking up the whole room. I'm gonna have to edit you into the session and boost you up. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, bro.
Oh my god. You gotta take off the mask.
Don't make them do
Just
extra.
lean a little bit. That's all you gotta do. You just need to be up so I can get that warm sound.
You want me to be right in
there
there?
you go. Yes. Continue what
Give
you're
me some
saying.
food so I can ASMR this shit too.
You want to do a mukbang?
Oh god.
Mukbang, yeah.
I hate
Mukbang.
Mukbang. Like somebody you have the
No,
mukbang.
it's not out of reach that the Russians could, because the thing is, they don't have to make this shit up. They don't have to make up that Ahmad was
Oh,
killed.
also, guys, I know that I'm talking about politics. I'm sorry, but I want to make sure that we don't go too far into this rabbit hole, because I always want to keep my podcast light and fun. I don't want to not talk about the important topics, but I don't want it to be a political podcast. So let's not go too far on this.
Oh,
please.
Well,
bullshit.
I don't know why you
Alright,
didn't
go
say.
ahead.
I don't know why you didn't say what the subject was from the jump.
Because
You was like, "What do y'all want to talk
Like you
about?"
said, what's been happening this week?
And then you started talking about James.
All right, we'll continue, because this is really important.
Jacob,
I'll just finish what I
sorry.
was going to say.
Okay.
Say his name.
And that it's not out of reach that there's a lot of things that don't have to be made up, like Ahmad, maybe. I don't really think that, personally, that, the Russians did that. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. That's the thing, is you never fucking know. It
Deep
can
state.
seem real. But
It's a deep state.
when it comes to things like that and shit you see on the internet, you got to be really careful about what you're putting in the mix. Because as of late, there's been people sharing complete fucking conspiracies about satanic rituals and fucking pedophiles, and they're all coincidentally Democrat politicians and left-leaning celebrities like Ellen and Oprah or some shit. And it's just like, people are so quick to believe it because people just want to. Obviously, nobody wants to be like, oh, I support this person even though they've been accused of this or that, and they want to be like, wow, what a piece of shit. But you gotta fucking Google some shit before you just start throwing random shit out in the air.
I don't know,
like,
man. Google is questionable now too. I don't
Yes,
know what
it
the
is.
fuck to fucking believe.
What
Yes,
I mean,
it
what specifically?
I don't know, man.
It
Shit.
depends what are you googling.
Shit just don't be making sense to me.
You can check your sources. Google, you search for
Check your
something
privilege.
So what
check
I
your
learned
sources.
in high school is that Google is not a reference, and neither is Wikipedia. Okay.
Basically, Google, Bing, Yahoo, what else?
No.
All right, so
They all use the same
You
algorithms.
cannot use them.
okay, so then tell me what's real then. What's true?
Nothing.
Nothing is real. This podcast isn't
Oh,
real.
come on, that's
No,
a complete.
ain't nothing real. Yeah.
That's a complete concession to the argument.
Okay, so basically, here's the thing. I was joking, kind of low-key joking about Google. I was just joking. I was just making a joke. But real talk, like, all these places, it's not Google that's the problem. It's how information is being processed. Because I remember that day that we did the episode where we were Googling all the random numbers with cases found.
Yeah, but that was very reasonable, what we found.
No, but it was a little silly.
170 million people dead, and you're shocked that like any random number in between those numbers, you might pop an article
that was a little
somewhere
silly.
where
Yeah, that was a little
somebody's found as many
silly.
cases. That's the thing is like people who are really quick to believe that don't stop to think. Oh, hold on. Now, hold on. Let me look this up real quick. See if this is real.
Right.
And that's the thing is you use Google or something like that. That doesn't mean you're gonna get some kind of weird information machine that Google's trying to give you, because you search for what you want, you can find it.
Thank you.
But the thing is, you go to sources that are dedicated specifically to maintaining truth and maintaining clarity over what's
honestly,
been made
man,
up and what's not.
Yeah.
Specifically citing sources, like when something is true, here's the sources, here's the facts, and when something is not true, here are disprovable facts, here are disprovable elements of this. Things that you could, like Obama is born in Kenya, you can disprove that. You have a birth certificate. You look that up somewhere, you can find a website.
Obama is the leader of ISIS.
Yeah, and if you find Obama is the leader of ISIS, you're going to find no proof of that. So that's the thing. But your proof is limited to what you accept as acceptable, which means if you're the type of person who thinks a CGI deepfake video of Obama decapitating somebody is proof, then you're going to believe that. But if you stop to think about it for a minute, you might fucking have some common sense ring in.
Right.
But I think in general, when you see things online, it's important to be a little discerning and not just believe the first thing you see, because it might fucking be bullshit. And that really goes for anything. It doesn't matter if it's something that's meant to be true about Donald Trump, because it might be fake. And that's the thing is it's difficult when we're talking about like the Russians and shit. It's difficult. You don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Maybe they're gonna support a lie. Maybe they're gonna promote a misinformation campaign. Maybe they're gonna push the truth in a way that's strategic to whatever the fuck they want. Which just you can't get played by what essentially what people in fucking Moscow want you to see because they ran a Facebook page that some people you are friends with on Facebook all follow. There's so many like weird shit I see shared online, and you open up the page that posted it, and you start scrolling through its feed, and you start seeing it's all like weird pro-Trump shit and like weird posts that are just like all grammatically weird, and they're like, I support Donald Trump. God bless him and his family.
Yeah. Like, God bless Trump and family. God bless Trump and family. Biden is very bad for country.
Right.
It's like obvious Russian.
Right.
Donald Trump is best for country.
Whatever.
But yeah. I'm supposed to keep it flowing and stop and make it so it doesn't get too dark.
Do it.
I live in the gray area. I don't do black and white. I'm all gray.
I live in the gray area.
I live in the gray.
I don't do black and white.
I don't do black and white. I don't do black and white.
I don't like black men.
I like gray men.
He make me nervous, and I am Russian.
Okay.
How can black men make me nervous?
I like my man on the spectrum. Okay.
Oh,
my God.
Okay. You got to get there with a little hot sauce in his
A little sugar in my bowl.
a little sugar. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Because I like
Add a little sugar.
I like
Honeysuckle. How does it go?
You have way more fun that way. Guaranteed orgasms. Guaranteed. How many times have you heard that? How many times have you heard that and it been true? A guaranteed orgasm. They got to be a little.
All right.
Just a little.
So that happened. What else happened? The Democratic National Convention.
The RNC just happened.
The Pander. No, the DNC happened first because I haven't done a podcast since the DNC. It was the Pander Fest, right?
If you want to call it that.
Panda.
Meaning what? Because I think that I know that means something else.
The Democratic National Convention.
Girl, boy, whatever.
What did you think that meant?
I learned some stuff about pandas when it comes to pedophilia.
No, I'm talking about pandering.
It's really dark.
What are you talking about?
It's really dark.
Oh
I'm
no,
not
we're not
gonna
gonna
take
get into the conspiracy shit. Oh my
I'm just
god.
saying. You
No.
know that's pedophilia
What's up,
shit is
Barnabas
real and highly
Shane?
weird.
Barnabas Shane.
That's
It's
the
a dope. You
misconception.
got some Bud Light. I know you got
That's the
some Bud Light,
misconception.
Barnabas.
You really think all pedophilia is happening in Hollywood?
Bro, we're not talking about
no, not at
pedophilia.
all. Not
Oh
at
my
all.
gosh, we're talking about the DNC.
We're talking
Please.
about pedophilia.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, let's not take it there.
We're talking about
John
Michelle
Wayne
Obama's
Gacy.
amazing speech. And we're talking about all these. They tried to make it seem
Another
so
conspiracy.
obviously
Michelle
diverse.
Obama
Jeffrey
was there.
Epstein.
That's a clone.
Jeffrey Epstein was committed suicide.
Jeffrey Epstein did 9/11.
Jeffrey Epstein did not commit suicide. Another conspiracy theory.
Jeffrey
I mean,
Epstein
that's pretty plausible.
invented
Yeah.
redlining.
He invented redlining. You think so?
No, I'm just fucking.
What? What?
Jeffrey, the first slave owner was named Epstein.
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 You completely just made that up, didn't you?
I made that shit up.
Talking shit. This whole podcast talking.
If you actually look at the words
I'm really going
Epstein,
to talk
if
about.
you actually look at the
dating
word
in the
Epstein and
pandemic.
break it down, it
This is
starts
about
with
to
the
get-
letter
this is
E.
about to get very
Okay,
confusing.
it starts with the
This is what
letter
we do
E.
every
Okay,
podcast.
E is what your tank looks like when it's empty and doesn't need and needs fuel. Okay, right?
Yeah.
What else is empty?
Some people's minds.
Okay. And if you think about that, hold
That
up.
wasn't
If someone
my
has an
conclusion.
empty mind, okay, and they don't want to mind their business, okay, then
Come on.
okay,
Come on.
then the underage girls,
Bring us there.
right, wouldn't mind getting on an airplane and doing massage.
What is, I was thinking it was gonna go somewhere else. I was ready for the wordplay, but it's all
There
good.
was
I
none
still
there.
love
There
it.
was
There's
none
none.
there.
You almost got me there.
You had it going.
Okay. Does anyone else have a device they can get on Instagram Live?
No, I
My iPad, which I tried to. I've been
Right.
trying to.
My phone died.
They don't.
Just like
listen
what I
to
said, it
us.
says 90%. What's that?
So
on your
this
phone?
is misogyny at play.
Oh
Because
god.
I have offered my electronic device.
I'm just agreeing.
Quite
So
a
if you
few
ever get a
times.
chance to check out Hempy Llama on Instagram, they have a product that's an organic
She
sunflower
knows
tea.
just to be quiet. She ain't said a damn thing. Because, I mean, what's the point? What's the
Callie,
Hey. Or, hey.
point?
why aren't you saying anything?
Oh shit.
Oh,
When is it her turn?
Nah. Oh,
Yeah,
don't do
wait.
that.
Look, I'm just starting. So I didn't want to start.
Don't
I'm
do
gonna
that.
sit back.
See,
and
we
then
see. I interject.
yo, you know what? We should get the ladies. Let the ladies do their thing for a second.
Well, what the
No,
hell?
no, I did that. You don't copy me. I'm gonna get back in it.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Well, I thought this podcast was supposed to be about dating
It
in the
is,
pandemic.
but I kind of want
We
to get
done-
caught up on some stuff that happened. You know?
But like, you could have did like a table of contents type shit,
Oh, no.
like talk before before we started. Because I'm wondering where the sex at.
This is
like,
the
where-
this is the
Alright.
free
What-
form style. Hey, I'm not in frame.
No, you ain't been in
You
frame for
are,
a minute.
but-
You are if you just
Sorta,
scoot over
kinda.
just a little bit. I told you our thighs have to touch.
Hey, Alex,
I know, right? Our
you
thighs-
nervous?
No, I'm very claustrophobic.
Damn.
All right. Yes. So, what I was talking about, my selfishness, my weirdness, my wanting to be an individual, that shit.
Misogyny.
Yeah, I guess my privilege. It's something that a lot of us struggle with, and I think that it also has a lot to do with why people are willing to risk it all for some, COVID-19 quarantine pum pum.
I knew he was
Oh,
gonna
wow.
say that. Yeah, I knew he was gonna say that. I was gonna let it.
You know I was gonna say pum pum.
Yeah, I was gonna say pussy, but
I just like to say pum pum because it's nice, and Callie is over here. She's from Jamaica. We have really funny words for like parts. I think that they call a penis buddy, which is a funny
Oh,
Wow.
I'm gonna start saying
I
that.
I
heard
didn't
cocky.
even know that. That's
She's
terrible.
thing. It's like cocky, They say, "Oh, my
Yeah, I've
cocky
heard
and
that.
pussy is a perfect team."
Right.
Oh,
Hey.
And then the other thing, where they say, "Hey, girl, you want me long body and now your pum pum?"
oh.
Or
Listen, I can't.
Or they say, there's a thing where my favorite song that I've been bumping for a long time, I forget the artist name, But he talks, and this guy's a real Jamaican dance hall, roots reggae. He loves all that shit. What's that Shabba song? Them have a heart of a pagan.
Heart of a Lion.
And we have a heart of a lion, I know. But no, they also say there was a thing. You know how a side chick or something like that, like a girl's a side chick. He was like a pum pum cutting out too. Half of me and half of you.
The fuck?
Oh my!
I ain't never heard that one.
Oh, that's a great song. I'm gonna have to.
This is a church girl, okay? No, I'm not.
Alexa,
I'm just
At one point in time.
play Pum Pum Cutting 2.
That's really the name of the song? Oh my god.
Here we go. Ha!
What'd she say?
I can't find the song Pum Pum 2. Alexa, play Pum Pum Cutting 2.
Well, don't say it with the accent. You know this bitch is American.
Yeah, she can.
Damn. What's the name?
Understand what you're
In it
saying?
too. Say that.
Right.
No.
Say it.
Say
it.
pum pum.
No, look at the artist name.
Say pum pum. Cut.
Alexa,
into 2.
play Pum Pum Cut in a 2.
Find the song Pom Pom Cut into 2.
This bitch said pom pom. This bitch talking about pom pom.
Yo, can you find the artist name?
How do I spell this shit?
Just type Pum Pum Cut in 2.
And it's funny if that's not even the name of the song.
It's called Pum Pum Cut in a 2.
Okay.
Okay, but so the reason why I say that is because my people, right, are very sexual people. I'm not gonna lie. You know, we're very open about our sexuality, about our sex, and I have a very strong libido, and so the COVID-19
It's strong.
is strong. It's strong.
So now you've been really jacking off.
You say it
Yeah,
with
I've
high.
been beating my man. I beat my meat so hard.
No. Go ahead. No, finish it. Finish it.
You fucking. I lost the metaphor now.
Think about hard things.
Hell no.
Man, I beat my meat harder than Mike Tyson against Holyfield. Or some shit. I don't know.
That was okay.
Nah, yeah.
I don't know.
Let's leave that one.
My meat is so beat.
Oh no.
How beat is it?
Wait a minute.
My meat is so beat. No, I'm sorry.
How beat is it?
I can't.
It's so beat that
Rodney King
no.
said,
God.
"Can't your balls just get along?"
Damn, that's a good one. I like it. My meat is so beat.
How beat is it?
Rodney King said, "Can't your balls just get along?"
Damn.
My meat is so beat.
How beat is it?
Timberland said, I don't know, something about Timberland beat.
Chris Brown said
That shit hot.
Yeah, baby girl.
I'm dead. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm
So
done.
I lost track of what we're talking about. So yeah, I have to plug
We're
my laptop
closer,
in. Give me 1
Closer
second.
to the subject. Now.
Yeah. So the whole subject is that a lot of people struggle with companionship, codependency, and wanting to be with someone, around someone, dating, or trying to find someone, or being in limbo in between a relationship, and they have to have somebody, and they don't give a
I'm dead.
Not in the microphone.
excuse me about the COVID-19, and
They
it's a lot of
Yeah,
people.
risk it all. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people out here just wilding
Not in
the
the
fuck out. And so, what do y'all think about all that shit, basically?
I think there's a difference between somebody.
Can you
who
lean
wants
into the
to-
microphone,
Oh my
please?
god! No.
Bro, I'm
I'm gonna stay quiet.
No, come here.
Bro,
Oh my
You're the
god!
only one, and you have the
all
most
you
to
gotta do is lean
say.
forward. You said it's okay. I'm still on the edge anyway.
You have the most to say.
I don't want. No.
All right, go ahead.
I don't even know what I was
recall
gonna say.
him saying
I think there's a difference between people who want to meet up with one person and people who are going out to fucking crowded bars and shit. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not gonna get it.
That's different. Yeah.
I think it's a big difference.
I think that dating in general is just so fucked that even with the COVID-19 on top of it, it's like, bruh.
Yeah. It was already going downhill, to be honest, for the last like 5 to 10 years.
How about we talk about, before the COVID thing, how bad dating has gotten just in general?
Just in general. Well, I have stories. Anybody?
No, go ahead.
Shall I start?
Do your thug thizzle.
Go ahead.
So Drake said,
So Drake said,
You already know what's going to be.
"We live in a generation of not being in love and not being together."
I'm gonna sing.
Wait. but we should make it feel like we together.
Did Drake say that?
Yes, because we scared of them
what
being
song
with
is that?
somebody else.
Because I never heard
So
that song.
cry if you need to, because I can't stay to hold you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
That's the
listen to this
wrong thing to do.
You know those lyrics?
Those lyrics were really of our generation.
It
yes.
sounds like an
Millennials,
80s
yes.
pop record that's fire, yeah.
It was hot. But now the thing is, like, when he said, but I can't stay to hold you. That's the wrong thing to do. Because you'll say you love me, and I'll end up lying and say I love you too. But I need something different. Okay, that is dating. that is dating. Like we literally play games with each other for the convenience, out of convenience. We give it each other out of convenience. You live right up the street, or you live, whatever. You work at my little, it's easy. It's easy. You kind of cute. I like that you do things for me. I'm gonna go ahead and do things for you as like a reciprocal thing. Now we're in an entanglement, and it's just like that's been dating for like the past few years. Or you can even start like really caring about somebody. You can really care about somebody, and they can really care about you. But at the end of the day, y'all know y'all don't have a future together, and y'all are literally just doing what you do right now because it feels good. And it's a mixture between the 70s. If you can't be with the one you won't be with the one you got, sometimes however it go.
Yeah.
It's like a mixture of that
You over here preaching.
and like some of this Disney stuff, the Disney fantasy stuff that we grew up on with the prince that comes and save you.
I don't know that shit.
But we the women, and then like the dudes are just like I want pussy, and so it's just like you're just trying to do what you gotta. You literally doing what you gotta do because you gotta get it.
Instagram.
You gotta get it. You gotta get it. You can't just not have it. There's some people out here who ain't got it, and they ain't doing too good either. ain't nobody really doing good. If people married ain't doing good, ain't nobody doing good.
You're right.
That's all I gotta say
Going for like 10 minutes.
for now.
I
You
need
see how they
my-
talking?
Okay.
It's so disrespectful.
See, I was spitting. No, we're not spitting. Okay,
You were
that's cool.
spitting. You were spitting.
You
And you know what?
give your take.
You were right about this whole thing. Yeah, you were right about this whole thing where people are like, just like, well, I mean, you kind of are having a moment where something's going wrong. Maybe I can help you because I have access to resources.
That's called trauma bonding. Trauma bonding. Go ahead.
And then like, okay, well now we're here, so I mean, I have a penis and you have a vagina. I mean, it fits perfectly.
What the
Would
hell?
you be okay if we did that? And you go, I guess that makes sense. We could do that. And then all of a sudden now you just kind of end up in a relationship.
Man, so then like that was what happened before the pandemic, right? Let me tell you how the pandemic has fucked shit up even worse. You got people, not me. I've been quarantined. This is the most people I've been around. No, I'm just lying. But anyway, you got people who have
Not in frame.
been stuck with each other out of nowhere. Like you got people who have maybe they live with older people,
Yeah.
and they were caught out somewhere when the pandemic first hit, and so they had to kind of just stay with whoever they was kind of out with, just stay with them for a few months, and in those few months, they fucking. If you had to live in anything during the first few months of the pandemic, y'all was fucking all the time, all the time. And you know what came out of that? Not just pregnancies, it's some pregnancies, but also engagements, false engagements. And now that we 5 months in, they're like, ooh.
That's tough.
It's accelerated.
Like, I thought I was in love with her because we went through shit together, but the shit was just the pandemic. And we
whole
thought it was
shit-
big at the time, but now we realize that maybe it's not as big as I thought it was. Maybe we actually get through this. Maybe we're not gonna die. Maybe I don't need to spread my seed.
Oh, no.
And I done told this woman all these things. So I done told this man I want to have his baby because I think the world is ending and I need to carry on his legacy.
So what normally would take 4 years or something, it's a
Happened in
slow
2
burn.
months.
It's
Happened in 2 months, really fast.
lightning fast. Yeah.
And you got a lot of people who are in some real entanglements.
Yeah. And I think that what happens is
I'm gonna say the word as many times as I can.
I see.
if you're in a long-term relationship or have been in a long-term relationship, you become accustomed to the idea of being in a relationship. That when it's over, it's like, gotta get in another one, and you don't even, nobody hesitates. And I think that if you really want to recover from a 10-year, 7-year relationship, you're gonna need at least half a decade to recover from that. That's a lot.
You talking about 5 years?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
It took me 2 years to get over a 7-year relationship.
Well,
2
we
years.
have someone over here
Enough.
who can talk about this.
Because I'm sitting here thinking,
Yeah, go ahead, Callie.
I mean,
And
I
lean
guess
in a little bit.
every situation is different. I mean, I feel like I'm talking loud enough. Well,
Yeah, you're good.
I'm the producer, and I can hear you in the headphones. If you want to wear the
oh, well,
headphones,
excuse me. No. You
then
have
it'll
no
help you to
headphones.
know if you're loud enough. Put them on.
No, because
Yeah,
then
come
it's
on.
going to have
She
this
said no.
echo. It's going to be weird.
No means no.
Just talk closer to the mic.
No means
Fine.
no. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, God damn it. Anyway, so I was in a 10-year relationship, had 2 kids in that relationship, and it's kind of weird because I actually just had this conversation, but I don't know, the relationship started just
Cry if you need
because
to.
I ain't about to do all that. Started when we were in high school or whatever.
Oh,
so yeah,
said
and
10
it
years
wasn't
ain't
even
that old.
like we were in love or anything. Shit just happened. A bitch got pregnant, and then
Might as
things-
well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not like the type of nagging ass bitch that just. No, seriously, because I feel really bad for some men who have these baby moms that are just hella difficult, and I do feel bad for some of y'all. I mean, I don't know everybody's situation,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But though I've been through a lot of crazy shit, I don't have time for all that shit. I'm good on the drama. I'm good on all that. But like I said, the relationship didn't start off with love, so I kind of fell out of it kind of at like maybe year 6 or 7. Like we were living in a real stressful environment, and it was just a whole lot of shit going on. So when I got to about year 10, it really wasn't that hard for me to get over him.
Yeah.
Not even gonna lie. But I mean, I'm still cool with him. We still like best friends. We lived with each other for 10 years. So, and we still have these children. So we're going to be co-parenting. We're going to be in each other's lives or whatever. But I can't say that I'm ready to hop in no relationship or nothing like that. I'm only 29. So I've been with homeboys since I was like 18. So I'm out here trying to find myself. I'm not
That sounds
really
great.
trying to be all held down and all that shit. Because I did that already.
Right, and the thing with me is, like, I noticed, too, that I probably might have said this on another podcast, but I had my first long-term relationship early on when I had probably only had, like, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 maybe partners beforehand. Yeah. I'm talking about, and then those relationships didn't last more than a year or 2.
Right.
And so it's like, most people have a moment in life where they can grow and learn themselves and understand themselves, but, when I have nothing beforehand, it's like, we're holding on to something that it's just for nostalgia purposes. It's kind of like people who are stuck in the 90s or stuck in the 70s, and it's like, it's the best thing, but
The 90s was the
you
best.
have no frame of reference.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How many of us out of the 4 of us
Uh-huh.
during the, like, maybe I'll say the first 2 to 3 months of the
The
pandemic?
microphone is picking up a cricket.
I can hear
It's
it.
outside. It's
Yeah, it's
been
right,
out
it's
here.
right outside the door.
Hold on.
The window.
Hold on, let me get that.
You gonna kill it?
No, I'm just going to scare him away.
Okay. Well, I have a question for the 4 of us.
Okay, hold on before you do that.
Please be
I'll
careful.
edit it out.
Oh my God! Can you please move this instrument? Like I'm really
Yeah,
scared.
that one's doing
You
the
just
most.
need to stop doing that.
Well, where's it gonna go?
I don't
You're
know.
gonna let them in with the door wide.
Oh, the booger! Huh?
No.
You're not gonna scare away all the crickets in the grass.
I'm doing a lot.
You are doing it live right now. I can't even. Okay. Out of the 4 of us,
Wait. Hold that fizz out.
it's really not that big of a. You could like answer it from over
Okay, go
there.
ahead.
Okay. Out of the 4 of us, did any of us actually get any solitude in those first few months where we were quarantined?
Yeah.
Was anybody living alone with having nobody come over, living alone?
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, a lot of us. I mean, the first couple of months was pretty much that. No one knew what to do. Everyone was like in there,
No, for you two. I'm talking about other 4 of us. For you two, you were alone in quarantine by yourself for months.
No.
Okay, so we got 1 person out of 4. Now I know that we're not the best
So
of
what did
stats.
you do? You locked yourself up? Like 18?
No, the thing is, all I want to say is this. I didn't have that solitude. I know that a lot of people went crazy during that solitude. I know a lot of people had some eye-opening moments where they discovered things about themselves that didn't feel too good, but it really was actually probably really good for them.
Yeah.
But I was one of the few people who was so poor that I had plenty of housemates, and shit got real crazy. because we were, we were never meant.
We were never. Now we got rules.
Yeah,
hand sanitizer before you walk in the door.
I'm saying we were never really meant to be all in the house at the same time.
Yeah.
So for when we having quarantine, like it's like we're all here, and my baby's here. She's not in daycare anymore. We all here with the kid. It's like, ooh. Oh no, so it was a whole different thing for people in those type of situations.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of stuff going on that just had me kind of.
I think most people in America have a roommate situation going on.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I brought it up.
Roommates or your family members or something, and it's like, now we don't know how. Like I had a roommate situation. I'm not trying to blow anybody's spot up, but they had literally brought somebody into my house that had COVID-19.
Yeah. You texted me that night.
And the only reason why I knew was because I heard her talking loudly, like,
I got
that text came back positive. My boss was like, you could be off for a couple. I was so scared, and then she washed her hair on my sink. I'm like,
what the hell?
She washed her hair in your sink.
These people knew and didn't say nothing.
And that's why I still have my mask on.
I didn't say anything because I was so upset just about the whole situation. I was just depressed, and I was just like in my room, holed up. I didn't leave my house for like 2 months, except for to go to work. I didn't cook food. I only ate Uber Eats for like 2 months.
Yeah.
Just in my room.
Well, the reason why I brought that up is because that makes a huge difference in your sense of wanting to go out and socialize with other people and stuff like that. Like I didn't even have the urge to socialize, and I'm extroverted as fuck, but I didn't have the urge to socialize because I really, and to this day right now, like I still want that solitude that everybody else got, and everybody at least got in Georgia, because Georgia is open.
Why don't you just leave somewhere?
I'm still broke.
Just get your sugar daddy. What the fuck?
Bruh.
I'm sure there's 10
Where
of
they
these.
at though?
Bruh, they out here, but they got COVID.
Oh,
they old.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get their old.
But that's actually a good idea because if they die,
okay,
and you get them, on some what is it, Anna Nicole?
That's some shady shit, son.
Anna Nicole loved that man in that wheelchair. Okay,
Hugh Hefner face ass.
she loved that man.
I'm gonna have to get going in a minute. It's just getting a little late.
Oh my bad, bro.
But no, I don't gotta go just yet.
Okay. But yeah.
Okay, that's got really quiet after that. You want me to go now? Is that what it is?
Get the fuck out of here.
I want you to talk more. I'm
Get the stepping. But yeah, what you have to say, bro?
Well, what do you do? Like I just said, I don't got nothing to say.
He was the only one in solitude. How was that?
Quiet. Yeah.
Did you get your cat tested for COVID-19?
No, oh my god. I did not.
Well, at least you got a little pussy.
Oh my god! That's business. Yeah. Oh, you talking about the cat? It went over my head. It went all the way.
You're really like, oh my god.
Keep that in there.
He has a black cat in his house.
Hey.
How many cats do you have?
One.
Oh, I thought you had another one, like a little tabby one.
Just one.
Okay. What's his name?
Gibbs. It's a cat.
What's his name?
Gibbs. Like Freddie Gibbs.
Gibbs?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Not Gibbs.
Yeah, like Freddie Gibbs.
Who's Freddie Gibbs?
You don't know who the fuck Freddie Gibbs is?
I know who Freddie Gibbs is.
That's who the fuck I just said, Freddie Gibbs.
It sounded like you said Freddie Gibbs.
Are you making fun of his accent now?
I don't even have an accent.
I'm fucking with you.
Right.
Hey.
Oh shit.
But yeah. I mean, it's fucked up. Overall, shit is just really fucked up. Most people are codependent.
But you don't want to. You want this to be a lighthearted. You want this to be lighthearted. Shit is just so fucked up.
Let's keep it lighthearted.
Everybody's so codependent. Everybody's so dependent on being with somebody else. Let's keep it lighthearted.
So I saw this meme on Facebook. I talked about this before the podcast. I saw this meme on Facebook, and it was like dating during the pandemic, and it was a girl.
Okay.
And she was like, when you got 5 boyfriends during the pandemic, and now the pandemic's over, and they want to meet you, and you're like. But here's my thing though.
Describing memes on over audio. It's like,
but here's my thing though.
Radio.
Everybody that I'm talking to, and at me if you want to. Everybody that I'm talking to knows about each other. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that secretive bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not keeping no secrets. Nah. Because that's not what a real pimp do. They all know about each other. They all could be possibly cool with each other because I'm polyamorous.
Yeah.
All right.
So, there's one girl,
okay.
and multiple men. that I am very interested in and that are interested in me.
Right.
And we're just kind of trying to like see each other's lives from afar.
Okay.
Because
of COVID.
Because of COVID. We're just talking every day and being very blunt and very open and very honest with each other about everything, about the bull, about, it's just like, it's just like, it's more organic and honest than regular dating, which is really interesting.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that there's a lot more communication than regular dating. You have video chats, you have text messages, you have IG, Instagram, instant messenger, Facebook instant messenger. What's that shit you were talking about?
All right.
All those fucking apps,
Polo's great. I'm gonna just put a little clip in Polo.
Hey, I'm gonna mute that. I'm gonna beat that out because they're not cutting the
money with the money.
Polo ain't cutting the check. They ain't getting no.
Well, okay. I'm just saying. Okay, what's his name? Polo, FaceTime, Zoom.
Zoom. Instagram video. Meetups. Facebook Messenger.
All of them, man.
It's so many.
Telegram.
Yeah.
I've downloaded so many telecommunication. WhatsApp. I've downloaded so many.
WhatsApp. Yeah.
I've downloaded so many apps for communication.
Right. I haven't used the phone in like a month, almost 2 months now.
And I've been talking to people all over the world.
Yeah, like I haven't paid my own phone bill. Like I have a company phone, but I've only been using these apps to communicate with people.
And I've been talking to people all over the world, especially when the pandemic hit. I've been talking to people around the world.
You got your Nigerian daddy?
A lot of Nigerians. A lot of
Jenny,
Nigerians.
why do you not come here?
And Ghanaians.
Jenny, why don't you come here to Africa,
and a bunch of Indian men.
You talking to guys in India?
Uh-oh.
I don't talk to them.
They
just call. They call.
I want you to show me your
call
pussy.
constantly.
I want you to show me your pussy, yeah?
They're really like that too. It's just like that.
Bob and Virgin.
The Mohammeds and the Ahmads.
I
and
very much would like to see your boobs if you just spend it one time.
They're literally just like that.
A lot of Yusuf.
No, but I literally I went on my Facebook when I was having before I had my meltdown. So it was like on the brink of a meltdown.
Meltdown?
Yeah, because everybody had a meltdown. Don't act like you didn't have no fucking meltdown. Everybody had a fucking meltdown. I refuse to believe that.
LSD.
I refuse to believe that in the beginning of the pandemic, you did not at some point in at least the first 3 months have a meltdown. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't say like a meltdown or a mental breakdown, but definitely like what the fuck.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like I'm melting over the world.
I cried. I had my meltdown when I thought about.
He was really like in the fetal position, like oh my gosh, we're gonna do like that, like for real, like panic attack, like dead ass. I'm literally okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I had read some news, and I still to this day.
That was your first mistake.
What the hell?
Everybody was on the news. I really didn't know at that point whether it was real news or fake news. And then I didn't even finish reading the whole paragraph. I read some shit that had me fucked up, and I never fact checked it. And then the article was gone. So the article was maybe hopeful. I hope to God it wasn't real.
What was it?
It was dealing with the kids at the detainment camp. That there were some kids that were let go because of COVID.
Yeah.
And just kind of set out.
Oh, what's the Hart Island shit?
And you're not gonna. Yeah, there were some dead kids left over who had bites taken out of them because the kids were feeding on each other.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so that fucked me up. I couldn't keep my kid that day. Like I was like fucked up that day. I had to have my mom come take my kid, and I just had like 2 days to myself where I just cleaned the entire house and showered, and I ended up like dancing in the shower, and that was like my breakthrough. Like I got back to being okay. Yeah, I danced and sang my ass off in the shower.
To what?
To a bunch of like African Cuban drum type beats and stuff. Okay, I did my thing. I've never done that before, but I danced my ass off. I mean, I danced my ass off and sang, and I got myself back in a better mood, and I realized that my life is okay, and as long as I'm living here, I'm going to do the best I can to raise the vibration of everybody on this planet if I can. And I'm going to do the best to raise my child and keep my child safe and all this other stuff. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I can't help all the terrible things that are going on this planet. But I can do what I can do for me and my surroundings, and so on and so forth. And I just kind of kept it moving from there. Started, I was making masks. I had a whole thing going. So that was my breakdown. Because I was working straight from the beginning of the pandemic. I was working my ass off every night.
I think that I had sort of like the same thing, but it was more so just general. I didn't tie most of it to the pandemic, but I was just like,
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy because the pandemic was there, right? But also this crazy explosion of tension.
Yeah.
You ready? You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, it's like 1:30.
Just a second, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll let you finish what you were gonna say.
You got work in the morning.
Yeah, but what were we gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, it was like pandemic, riots, loyalty. Yeah, it just kept coming. It wouldn't stop, and that shit messed with me. And like the whole thing about being abandoned, being alone, like getting like kicked to the curb, and like your relationship is done. That's over. It's like on top, on top, on top. Then like just really feeling like nobody really gives a fuck about nothing that we do. Everything is pointless. That's really how I really got to that point. Mm-hmm. Everything is pointless. I don't want to kill myself, but if I died, that's what's up. Whatever.
That's what's
See,
up.
I went through my suicidal period before the pandemic. So when the pandemic hit, I was like, this ain't shit compared to what I'd already gone through. It really wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
But
well, our homie Alex has to get going, man. He's tired. He's falling asleep on us. He has work in the morning. But thank you again for coming through and reading the ad, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Give me a
I wish that we could have played some funky tunes and jams. It's that tequila that's what fucked them up.
Shut up.
Oh.
Not at all. 2 drinks is
Bruh, you drink that whole bottle.
I'm about to say that solitude he had in that was all.
You should have brought that Kraken.
No,
Damn, bro.
That was
R.I.P. your liver. I'm just playing.
Not your liver.
But I don't know. I don't know if this whole thing is a mental health thing. Like the dating, the wanting to date, the all this is all like factors in like just general mental health and wanting to understand yourself and needing someone to help you understand yourself, bruh. The pillow.
The pillow's all the way over there. Oh
It's
no.
okay. It's been through a lot worse than that.
That's your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can scoot together and all be in the shot now.
Yeah.
So you can scoot over here.
My damn back hurts. I have to be sitting here for a minute.
But we're getting on an hour. I don't like to limit the podcast and be like, oh, we got to do an hour or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
We've done 3 hours.
One time we did 2 hours, 3 hours. I just want to do it until we decide, like, okay, we've talked about it enough. We've done enough, Unless we have to get going too. Okay.
Yay! There's a couple more things I want to talk about when it comes to dating.
Thanks, Alex, bro. I wish we could have played some guitar and practiced some. I want to finish that song.
I'm coming back. Hold on.
All right.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, Callie.
You're. Oh, I guess I gotta be all the way up here.
Right.
All right, what's up?
So we're gonna do a quick detour while they get themselves prepared. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to ask you about what do you think the state of beauty, the beauty field, is? Because you do hair, you do beauty,
I do.
You do lashes and things like that.
I do.
What do you think the state of this whole thing is? Is it more needed than ever because people want to feel good about themselves, or is it too risky?
There's a lot of females out there that don't know how to do their own hair.
Yeah.
That are just out there, just suffering inside their houses, looking crazy.
And even if they they never leave their house. Even if they just want to be like on the Zoom, with the little
with the hair flip. Okay.
Yeah. But do you think that the state of the beauty industry is gonna?
Oh shit! I got you.
It's fine. I already get it.
Okay.
Thanks.
What you talking about?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, like, do you think that the state of the beauty industry in general is suffering, or is going to be more in-house stuff, like people home house calls, that kind of shit?
I feel like it all depends on the person for real, because
Where are you?
there are a lot of people who are really like, oh, COVID-19, yeah, definitely don't want. No, I don't like this spot. Definitely don't need to have anybody near me, near my people.
Right.
Nowhere in my house, anything like that. But there's also.
Yo, I want to finish that song, bro.
Alright.
When do you think we could do that?
I don't know.
All right, bro.
I don't got an exact day.
All right.
Whatever.
But there's also always people that want to get their hair done. Like, it's just like food, really. Like, restaurants are going to stay open. stylists are gonna get their money somehow because people always have some type of event to go to. People are on TikTok a lot or all these other social media, so they want to look good for the gram.
Are you overwhelmed with requests to get here, or is it pretty like basic?
Not necessarily. I'm not overwhelmed yet. I'm not big yet, so.
Right. Well, how does that work? I mean, like, at the end of the year, I mean, I don't want to blow up your spot. If you don't want to talk about that.
That's fine, go ahead.
How do you calculate all of the work that you do, the independent, freelance, like gig-based work, with the taxes? How do you round that out? Do you like?
There ain't no taxes as of right now. I'm not licensed right now, so right now I'm really just a braider, so I don't necessarily have to have the license to do like all these chemical things that people want done to their hair. Right now it's kind of just like a little side job for me, for real.
But if the money exceeds how much would you have to claim it? Is it like 1,000, 2,000?
Honestly, I have to look into that. I don't even know.
Okay, well, you probably should, because you don't want to have Uncle Sam knocking on your door like, I need me some box braids. I need you to pay my. That was funny.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting because I feel like the beauty industry in general is very like, look at all the styles. Look at all the styles that's popping right now. Mm-hmm. It pretty much comes from people of color. Mm-hmm. You know, people love braids and locks and, you know, doing their eyebrows nice and perfect. That's from Latinos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Latinas and shit. Latinx. The big eyelashes. You know, when a woman is doing their cosmetic lip enhancements, they're trying to mimic black women, like women of color in general. They want to do it. There's beautiful women who have thick, full lips, and online they'll say, oh, that's fake, that's an injection, whatever. You know? And it's really interesting. It's really like a mind fuck. Mm-hmm. How much the beauty industry in general is you know, it's glorifying the features of women of color, mm-hmm. but at the same time, we're not represented in the industry. Like, if you go to
mm-hmm.
most of these places are run by Asians,
mm-hmm.
and I very rarely come across a black-owned beauty supply store. But what I looked at is the way that it's set up. It's not really that hard for us to do it. There's no really reason why we shouldn't have beauty. You know a beauty supply store. You get the vendors. They put the products in. You could go to buy stuff in bulk. You get a business loan, and you pay off the rent for the property. And you know it sounds very simple, but what is the reason that you think that we don't have more? If we're the main customer base, right, why aren't there more black owned beauty supply stores, chains? There's a lot of black salons and barbershops, but where are the black beauty supply chains that supply the products for these barbershops and beauty supplies?
That's a really good question, because now that I think about it, I've actually only been to one black owned beauty supply store, and I don't know why that is.
How?
Like, why is that?
Why are there so many Jamaican restaurants and soul food kitchens and all this shit? Well, like, why aren't we doing that? What is the reason? Are we scared of it? Do the Asians have the whole market lock on lock? Maybe we should do it. Do they just have the market on lock and they just, like, they're not letting anybody in? Is it like nepotism? Like, what is the reason?
That's a very good thing to damn.
Being that I have run businesses in a very janky way for multiple years, and I'm just starting now to
you still gonna wear that mask, huh?
Oh yeah.
But why in a janky way?
No, because that's all we know. Like, we know that's it's kind of part of black culture. I mean, we hate to call each other ghetto and but that's part of black culture, is that we don't actually know a lot of times what we're doing. We don't have the education. Sometimes we're too prideful to take advice from others who know what they're doing. You start to feel like, you want up at me or whatever.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on within the community where we shoot each other down. So you try to be secretive about what you're doing. It's a lot. There's so many layers within the black community when it comes to just how we move.
Right.
And we don't move together. We're not coordinated. So the thing is, like, I just recently have collaborated with someone who now he's my business partner, and I've actually given him equity within the business and paying him on top of that. But the thing is, like, only because I believe in him and he believes in me. And that's very rare. That's very rare within the black community to see somebody, they have an idea, and you say, you know what, I believe so much in your idea. Not only do I want to help you, I still want to get paid. But not only do I want to help you, I want equity in your business, and I want to be your business partner. That's so rare. It touched my heart when he said that to me. And since then, because he's worked in corporate for so long, and he's worked as a branding ambassador and many different things within the company, he has made his own template for how to brand your company for your specific taste, and the consumer analysis, the how to create the mission statement. There's like a whole formula to how he creates the mission statement, and we've only gotten to those two parts. We haven't even gotten to us creating the logo and like coming up with the name of the company and all these different things. You know, but it's like what he's doing for me right now is what I've wanted this for so many years. I've had this business idea in my head for about 3 years now, and I've been working on it on my own for 2.5 years until he came along. And now it's like everything's making sense, everything's coming together so beautifully, and it's because I found the luck to find this other person who just happened to be black and has all this knowledge of how to run a business, how to build a business up from the ground up. You know, it's just luck. It's like knowing the right.
Are you cooking fish right now?
You said whoever got to it first.
I'm just saying, like, what if you,
I'm hungry.
what if you burned it while we were recording?
We good.
Okay.
We good. We good. I would have. Come on. Anyway. But yeah. So and that's just one person. And as me and this person are getting on, you know, I don't tell all my ideas to everybody. I still haven't told you guys what the idea is.
Right.
But there's another person who I know is extremely. I know a lot of talented people. And it's like wherever your weaknesses are, there's another person who has strengths right there.
Exactly.
And then where their weaknesses are, and it's not always the perfect puzzle piece, but if we get enough people together, you know, and so like that's what's been going on right now with my business. I've been finding the right people, and they'll hear a little tidbit about what's going on with me and my business, and it's like, I might not have believed in you in the past, but you got a different something about you now, and I know that you. It's like there's something going on now. I kind of want to be a part of it, but I don't know where I fit in. I'm like, well, let me tell you. Because you have this, and that. We have to like build each other up, and it's completely outside of business. Like there's so many layers. There's a whole bunch of trauma within the black community.
Yes.
So I have to build this person up and say, like, look, man, you're good at this, that, and the third. You may not have had this, may not have that, but you were good at this, that, and the third. I don't have none of that.
Right. And
so
that's
I would
the
love to have
problem
you on
that
my
I
team.
had with the person that I was, trying to, mend with. We were in a romantic relationship too, but the problem was that if I had an idea, she would tell me 10 reasons why it was a bad idea.
Right.
If she had an idea, I probably, was a little negative too. But at the same time, there's a style of communication that isn't really popular.
Yeah.
That in the business setting is accepted. It's like, hey, don't take this personal, but I'm dropping some shit on you, and I don't want you to feel a type of way, right? But I'm all for that tone, right? I don't speak to people like that all the time, but if it's time to get shit done and we're in a meeting, it's gonna be cut and dry, right? What happens is people tend to let their ego and their emotions get in the way, and whatever cut and dry has to be thing, it usually becomes, what you mean by that? And why you said that? And why you talking to me like that? Well, you don't ever talk to me like that. It's like, dude, I understand that we're in a romantic relationship, but this conversation we're having is a business conversation. And that shit is loud as fuck. But go ahead. But that's what I'm saying. And I was saying, oh, fuck.
Oh, wow.
Colby Walker, goddamn. Coley.
This
Coley.
is not the time.
This is not the time, Coley. It's 1:30 in the morning. You better.
Right.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't talk right now, okay?
That's fine.
Is that okay?
We can hit you back later, okay?
But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, it's just
but
like,
here's the thing.
I was saying, like, whenever I had an idea, it was like she would tell me 10 reasons why it wouldn't work.
But as a leader, like if you're the head of a corporation or something like that, somebody does have to be in charge. But as a leader, you should take the time to understand that different people learn in different ways.
Yeah.
And learn how to as a leader anyway, learn how to shift and change to be welcoming or opening, like learn how to get them in your favor.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, I understand it's like, it's a little different with somebody that you've known for a long time, but there's a sense thing as like the 5-minute friend. You know, you get them to know you in 5 minutes real quick, become friendly with them real quick. You can get them to pretty much do whatever you want within the next 10 minutes out of that 5 minutes. And if they can remember you after that, you know, you can pretty much get them back to do, oh, yeah, I remember that guy, he was real cool. But like, as far as like long-term stuff, it's really difficult when you get involved with friends, family, and partners. It's difficult.
Very.
You guys have to already have that yin and yang thing going where your communication is on point, where you can do a business together if you so want to.
It's a double-edged sword because it's like this. To do the family thing is you know this person and you can tell if they're being genuine and you can work with them, right? But if you want to do a business relationship with somebody and you don't know them, you don't know what they're capable of, right? You don't know if they're addicted to heroin. You don't know what the fuck is going on in their life. So it's a double-edged sword because you're starting afresh with somebody that could have a crazy past, crazy habits. But when you're dealing with family, you already know their habits. You already know what they're capable of doing, what they're liable to do.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's tricky that way. But you're right. Egos get in the way. And I think that the people that have business acumen, like Southeast Asians, Indians, and Asian Americans, and Hispanics too.
Yeah.
I think that they're able to understand this is business time.
No, for the most part, if we're answering the question of why don't black people have salons,
No, they have salons,
beauty supply stores, beauty supply
Why don't they
stores.
have more beauty supply?
Yeah, beauty supply stores. There's one that opened up recently, and they made almost $1 million within the first week of them being open. You know, but the thing is, like, black people don't believe in themselves, and that's not necessarily.
Damn.
Is it not true? Black people do not believe in themselves. Okay.
They believe they could be, somebody.
Black people do not believe in themselves.
I mean, talking about
when you
sports
say it
and
like that.
entertainment, they believe in themselves in an astronomical.
If it's something to where all I have to do is be who I am, and you're taking care of the business part, yeah, sure. But then you're gonna make all the money off of me. If all I'm doing is a talent,
Yeah.
and I'm worried about somebody else with the contracts and the this and the third, I'm not trying to. Black people do not believe in themselves unless it's something physical, you know what I'm saying, or just directly related to whatever their talent is, because that's God given. That is in our blood. We know that.
Yeah.
We believe in that. But when you say, all right, so let's get this LLC and let's go get this IEN and let's go get blah blah blah, and we want you to do, we don't even know the jargon. We don't even know the jargon. Like, there's some people who do.
That's not an excuse anymore. We have the Google.
No, what the excuse is
We have the
is
internet. I can say,
generation.
Alexa, what's the LLC? And she'll tell me right now.
What the excuse is Black Wall Street being bombed. Okay, that's the excuse. I'm not saying that it's enough for us to
be
never
quiet.
try it again. I'm not saying
Alexa, be quiet.
Why you gotta talk to her?
yeah, you got to. You do have to tell her shut the fuck up. I'm not saying that it's enough for us to never try again, which ends up being the conversation whenever I have this type of conversation. But Selma, Tulsa, all these different places where you had a utopia of sorts of black people finally coming together and making things work, and then white people, not white people, but the powers that be, come through and say fuck that, boom.
Because there are a lot of people.
Fuck that, boom.
Right.
That is
so
going
you're
to
saying
perpetuate
that
the.
they don't have to.
What's
they
the
don't
point of
have
trying?
to do. They don't have to bomb shit anymore. There's detonators.
They've done it enough. They've done it so much that
yeah.
it's logged in that if we try to do anything, it will fail. If we try to do anything of our own, on our own accord, just us, it will fail. That's been logged into us.
Yeah. And someone said the other day on social media, I think it was a bid. Shout out to a bid. He was like, this whole idea of getting out of the hood. It implies that the situation that you're in, the hood, is detrimental to personal growth and gain. And it can't, I might be misquoting him, but he's basically, saying like, if your goal is to get out, then you are basically saying that this situation is fucked. And you have to get out of it in order to be successful. It's not good for personal growth. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your financial growth.
I might have to agree on that to a certain extent, because I worked at a restaurant that was in the hood, and I've worked at this particular restaurant in different locations. And this one in the hood, honey, I tell you, like, everybody was hood. The employees were hood. The customers were hood. Just everything. So, and then me being a person who speaks like this is ridiculed because I speak proper. They're like, oh, I can't believe they can't pay me enough to talk like that. What the fuck are you talking about? Bitch, I talk like this on the regular. Like, I literally talk like that. And then somebody will be like, oh, I literally talk like that. Like, bitch, are you serious? Wow. So you about to sit here and talk about how the way I speak because I'm not finding some ridiculous way to say it wrong. Yeah. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and I appreciate that shit. I appreciate the culture of language. It's beautiful, right? I appreciate it. But I also understand that, you know, I don't let it define who I am.
Right. And some people do that because with these people living there, they don't know any better. These people being from there, sometimes they don't know any better.
Let me speak on behalf of them real quick.
I lived in the ghetto for a long time.
I was born in the Bronx. I was raised in Camden, New Jersey. I know exactly what the hood is like. But some people, it's like if your whole entire family is just all ratchet and this is what you were brought into, you gonna end up being like that for the most part. Unless you make an effort to not be like the rest of your family and break the cycle.
But you're saying like some people don't know, not that they don't want to know, they have no frame of reference to really understand that there's a different way of living. Right. You don't have to.
But not to say that it's necessarily better or that you're less than for speaking with African American vernacular English.
No, I love it. I love it. I use it all the time.
Yeah,
my family is Jamaican.
There's a time and a place for everything.
The thing is, for people who are Caribbean or African or from somewhere who have an accent, y'all have been taught a certain type of appreciation and a love of your own culture. Whereas in America, if you are what I call regular black, where you don't know where you're from, you're washed up black, there is no appreciation. We have to come up with our own appreciation. We have to come up with our let me finish. We have to come up with our own appreciation for our brown skin. We have to come up with our own appreciation for our big lips. We have to come up with our own appreciation for our fat asses. We have to come up with our own appreciation for our big noses and our big nostrils. And we have to come up with our own appreciation for our language of speak. I'm speaking like this right now, but please believe I'm cold. It's all about code switching. Yeah. And the thing is, when I grew up in high school, what they tried to teach us was this is the wrong way to talk. Y'all talking the wrong way. It took somebody else, because it didn't come from me. It took somebody else who said, no, this is how my family speak. This is my culture. This is how we speak. And please believe, if I'm writing a paper for you, I'll get an A on that paper.
This is not an exclusively American thing. I can't tell you this. There are a lot of Jamaicans, like my grandmother, like I said, she was well off when she was a child. And she actually got in trouble if she spoke patois in the house, right?
Oh, but in the house?
Yes. Period. Her father doesn't want to hear her speaking that shit.
But see, I'm talking about your entire surroundings. I'm talking about your surroundings.
Right. But what I'm saying is this is not an exclusively American thing. This is a thing across all countries, across all cultures. If you're not speaking in the proper manner, you're considered disrespectful. And my grandmother loved, what's her name, Bennis? What's her name? Elaine Bennis or something?
No,
the queen of Jamaican comedy?
Oh,
I forgot.
I don't know.
Alexa, who is the queen of Jamaican comedy?
But let me just to drive my point home.
Louise Bennis.
To your point, but to drive my
what
point
I'm saying
home,
is she loved that patois speaking.
But but to drive my point home, at the end of the day, if you have an accent in America, if you have a Jamaican accent, which you don't have to have, you can switch over to an American accent. You know, but if you have a Jamaican accent, an Indian accent, a whatever type of accent you have, that's perfectly fine. It gives you a little spice. They like that, right? But if you just have a nigga accent, because what do we call it? With that twang. Because a Southern Belle twang is still a white Southern twang that they accept. If you got that black shit, they don't want to hear it. They're scared of you. They think that you're ignorant. They don't necessarily think you're ignorant just because you speak patois. Or just because you have a Jamaican accent. When you speak with AAVE, they think you are ignorant. So what we have to do as black people as a whole, because it's just us, is try to drive it down people's throats that, oh, I'm not ignorant. Matter of fact, I'm smarter than you.
Right.
I want to use an example real quick. That what we're calling patois, Jamaican patois, and what the Southern South American black speaks is
very similar.
It's a patois. It is a patois.
It's just broken English.
Yeah,
it's broken.
but it's not broken.
But see, we don't have a name for ours.
Yeah.
We just say AAV.
Slang.
Slang.
The people used to
Ebonics.
say in the 90s Ebonics. I find
Yeah.
it so corny to say Ebonics. It's just corny to me.
Mm-hmm.
It never really made me. It felt like they finally found. They finally did it. They found a definition for the style of speak. You know.
But then they want to steal it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we
They
do
want
it,
to
it's
steal
ignorant.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen on the news they would say stuff like "off the hook," "off the chain." It's
Yeah.
popping.
But see, the thing is, they ain't gonna say.
Everybody wants a little
they ain't gonna
whack
say-
this
they ain't gonna
afternoon?
say- They ain't gonna say "come kaki" or "pum pum" or nothing like that. You're not gonna hear a white person say "pum pum."
Yes. I've
Well,
heard it. I've heard
in
it.
Jamaica.
I've heard it
Here in
on the
America?
news. Yeah, they'll be like, I'm talking about like mainstream platforms will say stuff like, "Hey man, everything I read." They're
Yeah, they
doing
do the
it.
A-man.
They do it.
Yeah, they do the
What I'm
A-man
saying
shit,
is that mainstream culture has very often taken away from black street vernacular and Jamaican street vernacular and West Indian. I mean, just West Indian across the board. Latin street vernacular. Hispanic culture in general.
Everything that has culture because they have none.
Yeah, I mean, people who will say, I like to get a carne asada, please, and like they, them niggas, those people are like the worst because.
But their entire culture is stealing. Their entire culture is raping and pillaging and stealing. Like that's it.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that they're stealing other people. Like, sorry for all my white friends.
Yeah.
got two of y'all.
So we're gaining on 80 minutes. We've talked about everything from dating during COVID, the beauty industry, the most recent shooting incident, and I think that we covered a lot of ground, right?
Agreed.
And so I just want to go ahead and close it out. I thank you so much, Callie.
Indeed. Anytime.
You're the bestest. And Jerry, I'd like to thank Jerry. I'd like to thank Jerry, and I'd like to thank Space Liberace, and aka Alex. I'd like to thank Hempy Llama, as well as typicaldiv.com, coffee, and paidinamerica.com. Go ahead and pre-order that Get Payola. Peace.
Keeping it organic.